One day, while pulling the big express, Gordon was making good time, when suddenly, his driver thought he saw a red flag next to the track. Gordon thought he saw it too, and they stopped. It turned out to be a pair of red trousers that had blown off a clothing line nearby. Gordon was embarrassed for stopping for trousers and knew the other engines would tease him. Then suddenly, the wind picked it up and blew it into Gordon's face. While Gordon's driver left to telephone for help, another train came along. The engine pulling the train laughed at Gordon and said, "Having a rest, are you, Gordon?" he teased. "Not my fault," said Gordon. "There were red trousers on the line, and they looked like a danger flag." "Danger flag? Pah!" laughed the engine, and he clanked away with his train. Edward soon arrived to push the train up the hill. "You took your time, Edward," said Gordon, who was still cross after the other engine had teased him. Edward puffed and pushed the train up the hill. Gordon didn't feel like saying thank you, so he instead just raced away, and as soon as he was up the hill. "Not so much as a thank you?" said Edward. "Aw," he groaned, and he went back to the yard. Later, Edward talked to Thomas about it. "Why is Gordon so ungrateful?" he asked. "He doesn't even say thank you once I push him up the hill." "Maybe we ought to teach him a lesson," said Thomas the tank engine. "I don't think so," said the driver. "Your passengers might object." "Oh, we can arrange it with the passengers," argued Thomas. "Please, I want to play a trick on Gordon." "Oh, all right," said the driver. "I'll arrange it with the Fat Controller. He better agree with this." As indeed, he did agree with it. Later, the engines were all finishing up the work for the evening. Thomas had been sent to take a train along the main line. He could hear Gordon coming up behind, so he knew it was time for his trick. At some points along the line, Thomas overtook Gordon and cut in front. Gordon had to go behind Thomas and slow down. "Hurry up, Thomas," said Gordon. "I'll be late." "Oh, no, Gordon," said Thomas. "I have to be on this line. You have to follow me." "Can't you go any faster?" said Gordon. As they went over the hill, Thomas went slower and slower and slower until Gordon's wheels stopped altogether. Gordon was stuck again. "Ha ha," laughed Thomas. "I'm going faster than you, Gordon. Look at me. Whee!" "Oh, bother," said Gordon. "Now I'll need another push." Edward was excited. He buffered up behind and pushed Gordon. This time, Gordon remembered to say thank you, and he had no more troubles ever again with Gordon. "Thank you, Edward," said Gordon as he went over the hill. "You're welcome, Gordon," said Edward. "Anytime." But that night, the engines teased Gordon on and on and on, all about trousers, and stopping on the hill. They praised Edward, but Gordon began to feel very silly. He realized now that teasing Edward was not a very good idea.